Hi, Victoria.
Oh.
I see you. How are you?
Thank you for joining us, Victoria.
Yeah, thanks for
Hi,
joining.
JJ, darling.
Great.
So we have a nice group again
Yeah.
here together, and today it's really fun because it's summer and we're continuing the Miraclegroup anyway. So like last time, we are just concentrating completely on games and exercises. And our game today, Terry will love that completely.
All right. I want to completely love.
We are making each other aware of all the funny things that we are saying or have said over the years, all the funny things we hear, and then we come up together with a method how we can do that better. Before we start, let's do a prayer, Carissa.
Sure. Oh, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much that you've left the Holy Spirit within all of us, that we have this opportunity to have the power to understand our thoughts and the power to tap in and tune in to all the greatness that's ever been here, all the understanding and knowledge and awareness. And we take this hour this evening together to tap into all that awareness and to polish us up, Lord, in your ways and in your will. And we're so excited that we can align our will with yours and let your light shine through us. And the Word in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And you said, I am the Word. And it's so fun for us to practice our words and to be aware of them. So we thank you, and we have great joy coming together in your holy name, Jesus, and loving all the power that you give us. And we'll accept all of it and receive it. Amen.
Amen. And let's start off with one of the funny sayings that we know what we're talking about. And you can, meanwhile, just think about all these things you heard over the years, or you thought over the years, or you said over the years. So Carissa always tells a story when she was like with all the Catholic ladies in a room, and there was a big cake, and then the lady said, "Oh, this cake is to die for."
Right, after I just had given a very positive lecture and all that, and it was very fun to have one of the other Miraclegroup members who was with me say, "Oh, you mean it's really good, right?" So it was very fun to just be aware, and part of our Blessed by the Tongue book in the back will have just pages and pages of really fun phrases, and I'll just let you read a few of them. And
I print out for each one here so that we can go through some of those. So pick a piece of page.
I don't think I have this book, actually.
Yeah, that's gonna. And also everybody who's online, we are gonna order the books, and they'll be here in the next meeting on Tuesday in 2 weeks. So if you'd like us to order for you, I'm just going to give you 1 second of a preview. Please let us know. And the idea is, if you have anybody else you'd like to share the book with, what we're wanting to do, because it's such a wonder that you can get the information, the word out there for $1, you can have up to 10 more additional books. So the first book costs $10, and it's $1 a book if you have anybody you'd like to share it with. Putting it at your chiropractor's office in the reading rack.
11 books for $20.
Yeah, put me up for that.
Yeah. So I have the sign-up sheet here with your name and with your number that I know how much to order, and just put it in the chat box. And Victoria, if you share your email with me, if I've yet to have it, that would also be lovely.
What a great day, you guys. I can't wait to pass these out.
Okay, so I can't wait. This is one.
I am so excited.
Okay, very good.
Did everyone hear that? So we cross out our advanced awareness is now that we drop I can't wait, and we replace this with, and Terry already gave us a really good creative choice, and she said, I'm so excited about it.
Great. So
what's your favorite? What is one of your favorites?
Well, one of my favorite things that I personally came out of my mouth was I was in Africa on safari, and we had these two lovely ladies that were with our family on safari, and there were elephants crossing the river, and my husband had his camera out, and I said, "Oh, shoot the elephants," right? And we're on a natural safari. And the ladies looked at me, and I said, "Oh, please take a picture of the elephants. Take a picture of the elephants." So it's amazing, some of the words, and I was most astounded when we played a game, and we sat next to each other, and you had to whisper a phrase in somebody's ear, and then they had to draw a picture of what they saw. And so I whispered to one side, man-eating cockroach, right? And they drew the picture. Then the other side, man-eating cockroach. And two completely different pictures came out. One was a man with chopsticks eating a cockroach, and the other was a huge cockroach. So one simple phrase can mean completely different things. And that's why being accurate with our words can really help us all be in the same moment with the same experience or with the same joy. Just like being on that conservation using the word shoot, right? So it's our own awareness and our own correction. And the other favorite one I had is when we use the word "don't forget," that phrase. And I love my husband. He said, "Be absolutely sure to remember." And so I always say remember. Now I'll absolutely surely remember. Yeah, so just even adding some flavorful words in the remember phrase to just add more color and more commitment. So that when he said that to me, because it was something I was going back to the room to remember to bring for him, he added these additional words, and it made me smile and even be more excited for the commitment. So those are some of mine.
And now when we take our news, so we say like in our little table here, we say advanced awareness. So once we are aware that it comes out of our mouth, then we can have a creative choice. This is our second column. And the creative choice, we just took something that we would say. So please be free to change it any way you like. And even if it's be blessed or be, it's like you can have a standard reply, "Oh, bless you, my child," is something that says someone to me. It's like really nice. Or I usually come up with a really funny reply because everyone knows that I'm German, and I like make fun of that in a way of like kind of asking, "What do you mean, really? Why would I die from that cake?" or something like that. So
Yes.
I really to put the awareness up. So
I thought one of the best things with Sylvie, there's a couple of really good ones, especially with language. So once Sylvie walked in the room, and one of our friends said, "Speak of the devil." And Sylvie said, "Excuse me?" You know?
What an insult.
Right. So we think these are pet phrases we're using or funny phrases. So how does that make the person feel? They just walked in the door, they're smiling, they're happy, and somebody says something like this.
Calling you the devil? You've come to bring light, and
Yeah.
cat dragged in.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Right. What the cat dragged in.
So-
Yeah. So the fun is for us to be.
like in my head it's
Tattered.
cute.
That would be better than the other one, right?
Right. Mouse.
So and the other one was with the
Oh yes,
debt,
with the
right?
debt. Yeah. So we were worshiping at church, and one of the preachers there was saying with a Christian construct, the old Christian construct that we all are sinners and debtors and all this. And Sylvie, when they went around and said, "Does anybody feel that they don't have any debt?" And Sylvie raised her hand and said, I'm totally all paid up. And it was so
I really
great.
felt like, no, I mean, I don't owe any money to anyone.
It was good.
That's great.
And they looked at me all like, "Good on you, good for you." I was like, "Thank you."
One in a million.
Right.
And you didn't think of debt that you owe. That
Right.
Christ
It was
paid
just
for us.
yeah.
Debt or penalty
And still,
for
if
us.
they would ask me the same question today, I
She
would
still
answer the
answered
same.
the same
Really?
way. The
Yeah,
fun was
absolutely.
her heart was so open. And then we went the other day at Sylvie's birthday. That was another really great one. We went with this very stern conservation lady, and we were kayaking, and we went to see the manatees. That was Sylvie's asking on her birthday. So we went on this manatee kayak expedition with another set of ladies in another boat, and then the leader. And so Sylvie spotted the manatee, And the lady is saying, okay, if you see any wildlife, please remain silent, go right by it, this or that. So the lady said, fall back. And so Sylvie was rowing as fast as she could at those manatees to go see them, because that's what we paid for.
Go again.
And the fall back, what does that mean to Sylvie, right? So
That's a good reason to pretend you didn't know what that meant.
that's right. So she went right up and played with manatee and all that.
So many
That was
people
what she
always
came for.
Oh yeah, that's American culture. That's what we always say. I was like,
Yeah, it had
No
zero
choice.
agreement. So why are we
right.
saying fall back? What, fall out of the boat?
I was in
What-
a kayak. I'm not falling back.
Yeah.
I want to see dry.
So
I'm not
what
a
are the,
naturalized American citizen yet. I
right,
don't.
these goofy sayings though,
All
what
for it.
are they really giving us what we're asking for? Are they putting us in a state of mind that is achieving something? It was really cute. I was in the back of the boat. She was in the front. She was going straight for those. I was like, this is great. Just go for it. That's what you paid for. That's your birthday. That's what you asked for. The manatee are happy. Go for it.
Sure.
So we have funny constructs that we've agreed on, and the phrases are so silly. Some of them
I
are
always
so
say
silly.
the animal pets me. It's not I'm petting not the animal. You know, if I have
Yeah.
to stay away, they come to me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
another one that I find is let's be honest here. What were we doing the rest of the conversation?
Yeah. I try to catch myself from saying, honestly, or to be honest with you. And it's like, no,
I'm always
like I'm not honest sometimes.
I like when people say, hey, how you doing? And the answer, oh, not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
A
Uh-huh.
little bad or some bad, but not too bad. What level of
What
bad
degree
are
of
you?
right? What degree of bad are
I
you?
freak people out. I go, just right.
Scale of 1 to 10.
So
You're
that
just right,
reminds me when I first came to the States, I was at college. And we had this cultural introduction, and then our cultural advisor, he was like, oh, and please, when someone asks you how are you, especially you Germans, or like I was the only German, especially you Germans, don't come with the whole story. No one wants to hear that.
Nobody told me that.
Because it's like hi, and when someone asks me, I
How are
answer.
you? Fine. One word. You can have one word.
So then I had like complete fun with that the rest of my semester. Whenever someone asked me, how are you? And then sometimes like, you really want to know? Thank you for listening. Can we sit down?
There's a kid at the grocery store in front of me once.
Right. Okay, you're fine. We get one word. That's your
The kid at
response.
the grocery store, the cashier asked him, how you doing? And I think he was messing with her because he goes, my cat just died. I'm thinking of killing myself. Other than that, I'm okay.
Oh my
Hey,
God, how
when you
horrible
ask,
to
you
hear
just might
that.
get an answer.
Right. And so are we prepared when we say our questions for answers? Or are we just, are we allowed one word? Fine, okay, not bad, 2 words. Okay.
So now I always say excellent, and it really gives a great response. Like, so
Yeah.
a lot of people comment on that, or
I say
like,
just
I
right.
like
and then
really
they're like, oh, really?
Yeah.
so think about like some better.
Another one I loved, one of the Miraclegroup members, they moved to North Carolina, this gentleman, when somebody said, how are you doing? Or how's it going? He would always say, according to plan. And I love that because it's such a good response, according to plan. It can only go according to plan. How are you vibrating? What are you asking for? It's going to go according to plan. So I love that response because it shows that he's engaged, and it reminds you of the word plan, and that's what we're doing with our journaling all the time. So I love that's George's response, and some of you might remember George and Rita right from the beginning. They're such a delight.
Going to plan, or always going to plan?
According to plan.
Okay, yeah.
How's it going? According to plan.
That's nice, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So everyone who has more funny stories. Otherwise, we go to our great list. Yeah, plenty of pages. And who of you online who have the Ask and You Shall Receive book, there are also already in the first book, there are some lists of those when we started collecting them, and it's on page.
So what's fun is look through the list a little in front of you and pick out a couple phrases that you use.
I have one.
Go ahead. What's one that you use, Terry, that you could?
Okay, so first, so 110, page 110.
Page 110 in Ask and You Shall Receive. Okay, what are some of the ones you
Okay,
use?
well, one that just keeps popping out is who do you think you are? So when I'm dealing with my kids, it's like, who do you think you are? And and I never say what your response was. I was like, that I'm gonna have to start changing because it's like I say, you're not this and you're not this, or you're this. It's either the negative things or it's you're not all the positive things, right? Because I'm mad. So, and I'm feeling disrespected. So I should be doing this. Like you are a child of God. So if I look at my kid and just say, why are you doing this? You are a child of God.
Right.
I could like still get my point across, but also put that there that I expect more from them.
That's right. Right.
Very nice. I wish
Good.
this was my book so I could mark it. That was the one I always say when I die. I saw
She
that
can
on
have
here,
the one that's.
but I actually do mean it when I die, when I get to heaven.
Well, that'll be
it's
better
not
when I
dead.
get to
Okay.
heaven. That would be a nice.
Because it says one day in the future. One day in the future, I'm gonna be hanging out with Jesus, and we're gonna be like, playing on the guitar for a little bit. And we're
Just
gonna
remember, like dying and death was conquered already. So there is zero of that. So that's
It's
why
better
we
to
use
say.
words like a transpassing or like going to the next experience or when I am in heaven, it's beautiful. Or when I'm singing worship songs with Jesus.
Yeah, I'm gonna be living on the block with all the musicians, all the good ones.
Or here, like the saying, my phone is dead. What does it even mean?
Well, yeah.
Recessive
What would
Time
you
to
say?
charge my
What
phone.
would you say? Time to charge my phone.
Yeah. Well, my phone
Well, I'm
is
Phone's
charged.
ready to be
I'm
charged.
gonna have to record myself for a day.
Yes. So it does
say
take
all these things.
about 2 weeks, and
Work my
and
tail off.
Sylvie and I will challenge you for the summer, everyone, as we have just 2 more meetings left for the summer. So take 2 weeks.
Bless you.
God bless you.
Thank
2
you.
weeks and really be aware of what is coming out of your mouth and what thoughts are coming into your head. And I shared this example, but one morning I woke up and it's like I had a big day, things to do, and my body was a little bit wanting more rest and desiring some more peace. And what came in my mind is, oh, I got to get up and shovel some shit. And like, what? So watch your own mind. It's like, what? Do you mean you're going to have an awesome day? Come on. So correct yourself. Correct your weird thoughts that just pop in. And it's so amazing. And the other day I woke up and because I've been training my consciousness, the other day I woke up and it was so wonderful because it says, I have love for all humanity. And what a wonderful way to wake up. So training our consciousness starts with being aware of what's flying out of here and then what's coming out of here. So my little saying that I used all the time, and it was just a kind of goofy one, and just a little bit, but it's the kind of, like Carrie was saying, she had one of I don't know, or I'm not sure if I can, and for me, even though, what does that mean? Yeah, so
Well,
silly
agree,
things that come up.
Even with that.
Yeah, so how, can I just say what I mean? And just say, now, today, this is what we're calling for. This is, instead of even though last time it went this way, how about just say, today it's new and this is the outcome that I'm praying in for. So I gave up the saying, even though.
Yeah, so
The
you don't have to tell them
Right.
about what was already out there.
Right. So sometimes we just have to close our mouth and get rid of some sayings that start taking us possibly a little bit left and right. All right. Who wants to share?
So even online, if anyone wants to share, please unmute yourself, and we are happy to hear all your funny sayings you heard, you used to say. You can think of funny stories.
Oh yeah, there was another one when somebody said to Sylvie, "Drop dead gorgeous." And she looked at him and said, "What is that?"
I mean, the truth is, I know what they mean. I just play it.
You're one of those. Okay.
But how silly! Who came up with such a
It's
phrase?
such a treat for me to be more aware because it is a new language. So I think one more thought. you know, like because I have to translate, or I had to translate it first. I mean, now it's zero translation in my head, but first it was like a lot of translation going on. So then I had this extra thought, like, okay, if I mean, we have these funny things in German as well, you know, all these.
I like that idea. Can we do that? Can we play with that? Just, you know, like, I want to do that.
I can, you know, of course.
Good
I mean,
idea.
this life is supposed to be fun. I can play with everything I wish, right?
Yeah, just play. All right. So James Stevens, any of the list of phrases
Yeah.
that you
Well,
caught yourself?
Just pick anything.
I love to play with people when they say, you know, I ask them, well, how's it going? I said, and they go, most people go, oh, I'm okay, or, you know, I'm all right. They ask me, I go, how's it going? I said, well, not even noon, I'm already out of bed. I'm feeling pretty good, you know. It's a great day. You know, they just look at you like.
I say that sometimes, yeah.
Just something to
change
the whole, you know.
They make them smile.
My favorite thing, of course, is when I'm at the store and people ask me, I think I told you, are you ready to check out, sir? And I go, no. I'm not even 70 years old. I want to be around. You know? The people that they get it crack up. The other people
Right.
just kind of like puzzled.
I'm gonna remember that one. That's a good one.
That's a good one, right? Yeah, I like that.
Not yet.
That's
Still
good.
want to be around for a while.
I need to retire.
Yeah, rap time in the first.
I need to have a
mode.
grandchild first. I
Like
got
it's
kids.
the exit over there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. Oh my gosh,
Yeah, but I
my
do
mind
say
is
that
already
sometimes.
going, oh yeah. I'm getting ready.
Yeah, sometimes when I feel less than and my excellent answer doesn't come like really cheerfully from my heart, then I say, you know what, I'm awake. you know,
There
like,
you go.
when I, I do say that sometimes. You're like, so how's your day going? You know what, I woke up. And that's already an accomplishment.
I made my bed and brushed my teeth.
You know, I
Three
do. I
things.
really do enjoy using the phrase, like if people go, "How are you?" and I go, and I've heard it with some of our, you know, like our spiritually really like thick people that are part of like our miracles group. I think the phrase is, I feel very fortunate and I am highly favored. You know.
Yes.
We bring the game up, and it's nice because actually I can settle into that and appreciate. Yeah, what's that?
I feel
Yes,
blessed.
that's what JJ says.
I like the way you said that. I can settle into that. That's kind of a really nice, comforting
Mm,
feeling.
yeah,
Yes.
it's a nice place to
That's a
remain.
nice
Yeah,
feeling.
that's true.
I know, I feel like I just got a hug with those
Right.
words.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's a-
yeah. I can settle into that. I love that.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
That's a good one. Glad.
See, that just was that
Say
was
that
you
again?
were being
I can
attentive to what
settle
I was saying.
that.
And then your description of what I felt when he said it made it make more sense, because that's how I felt. I just felt like, I wrote it down. I
I
am
must
highly
honestly say,
favored.
yeah.
How sweet is that? Like,
So James Stevens has a really great words. Like this year, you are like with your words, it's going up and up and up.
Thank you.
Well, also he was
Wow.
born with a good dictionary.
my mouth definitely needs work, so. That's my worst.
All right, JJ, what are some of your
So
favorites?
that's my favorite.
When
part.
people
You can
say,
look at, you can
when
look at the
people
list too.
say I'm very busy, I say, oh, you mean you're in high demand?
Oh, that's cute. I like that. Yes, as a matter of fact.
There was one that I saw,
I like that.
I am in a hurry, occupied. Just occupied, which actually makes more sense, you know, because when we're busy, the word busy,
Right.
occupied, you are more in a hurry doing things. But I am occupied. Huh. But there could be another, probably a more creative one. In a hurry.
Now we can always come up with.
I achieve a lot.
Yeah, currently.
When I put my energy in high speed.
So instead of saying I'm really busy, I'm really achieving a lot today.
That's
I'm
right.
achieving a lot today.
Achieving a lot today.
That's a fact.
I
I
really
like that
I
one.
do. I'm really
I
achieving a lot.
am-
It's really positive too.
Achieving a lot.
I am really
You
achieving.
said it first.
Whenever I'm in a meeting and somebody brings something up that's new or whatever, oh, okay. Well, thank you, everyone. I'm gonna go home. I learned my one thing for the day. That's all I'm gonna do. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. And I'll walk out. And then I'll walk back in and like, just joking. I think it's fun.
Wonderful. So for me as a mom, it really brought home when we direct our children and we say like, don't fall down. And what we really mean is walk steady. If we would like to say something to them, some of you remember this old saying with the scissors, don't poke your eye out. You know, you're going to fall down and poke your eye. All this bizarre stuff that we've heard from past. And walk steady, hold the scissors down and the point down, say what we mean. It's so important. When the kids go in the morning and you want them to remember their backpack, we tend to say, don't forget your books. Don't forget that. So just saying, remember that. So think of every command you give a young person. If you're an employer, if you're a parent, can you state what you do want them to end up with? Right. That's the joy that we're here to really, anytime we work with anybody around us, even a cleaning lady or a gardener, what is what you do want the result and the solution? How do you want your yard to look when you're finished? How do you want the rug to be handled? So we tend to want to tell them what not to do first and then what to do. And that's very confusing because now you gave them a lot of orders. How about you just say, this is what would please me and this is how I'd like it to end up.
Well, yeah, but then you're also, if you start out the other way, you're bringing it into negativity, and then they're already going, oh, great. But if you just say, you know, I've been envisioning this, and I'm, you know, do you think you can do this for me? Like,
that's right.
When I walk
just
out,
give
I want
the
to
solution.
feel like this. Whatever you need to do to get it done, I'm fine, and then walk away.
Yes.
Because then you're bringing them into a creative. Because I always like notice people are creative, and you're giving them an opportunity to be valued and appreciated for what they bring to the table. Because you're like, this is what I want, and I trust that you can get me that.
Right. So some things like you're driving me crazy. That's a crazy.
That's a good one.
What and what does that mean? Yeah. Tell them what you would like for peace.
Right.
So give them the solution, whoever's in front of you. If it's an employee, if it's somebody that's in your family, we talk about teenage children. Tell them what will give you peace. So you can say, I'd like to be peaceful, and this is how we're going to achieve it. Just say what you mean and give the order. And people are so much happier knowing your heart than these goofy phrases.
So I saw this cartoon once, and it was like a man standing in the rain, like really down, and there was this angel next to him with a notepad. And it like kind of, you know, as the universe is taking our orders. And he was like kind of thinking, I hate my job, I don't want to go home. And the angel was just confused there. So what am I giving him here in a way of he's asking for the stuff every day? So how can I even give him something great? I mean, and he's like, I'm giving him the same things every day and he's still sad. Why?
That's right.
That's perfect. I love that.
Yeah, that's a powerful thing that you're saying.
I love that.
It
It really is. It's
really
because
want to
that's what
say
we're
that's
doing
once.
here. I mean, that's what we're doing here. Because
Yes.
if we don't journal and make our request and give praise and give thanks, we're just doing what our mind just
Says going over and over.
does
And that-
over and over.
So for Sylvia and I, we can say that the way it really began, and that the first 8 years ago, the first Miracle Group members, we took 2 weeks and we just totally observed random stuff that was coming in here. And we were very aware, completely, like Terry, you're saying, it's time, next step for this is to be totally aware. And each of us, of every word that is coming out of the mouth and saying, is that blessing somebody? And I know that our emotions are wanting to just, the driver behind you, the person parking halfway over your line, whatever it is, we want to say stuff. We want to, it all is coming at once. And the idea is self-control. It's one of the fruits of the spirits. And if we want to do the fruit of the spirit, we have to have this self-control. And at first is being aware of what thought is coming, why, and how can you share joy in the moment. And it really can be just with your words.
And be able to change your thoughts then. Yeah, and it's
Yes.
easier when we start talking to change the thoughts when we talk in the right direction. And to that degree, Terry. So once we change what we say, we also change our belief system.
Yes. So I
It's
love
a
it.
really,
And
really
So
powerful
what-
thing about that, because
so
I know
what
you
do you mean?
asked me a while back. It's like, oh, you wish to change more of your belief system, and this is what we do with the Focus Wheel Workbook.
Mhm.
It's like we have to have many identical thoughts
that are better.
that are better and
Than where we were.
trampling a new pathway, because you're going the
replace,
old
right.
pathway, and it's so easy to go. And with everything that comes out, it's a habit. Our thoughts are habitual, our words are habitual. So we have to start with this awareness in order to, okay, now I wish to go this path, and this has to be, they said in the old times it takes like 28 days to change a habit.
The habit, yeah.
And it really depends on how deep it is, the scratch in the record, how deep it is ingrained, how long it will take you. And some things you can take right on, and others it takes really the conscious thought. And that's when you wish to change. That's why we have these mirror exercises, when we look in a mirror and we say the same affirmation to us again and again. And it's zero asking God, because he already has it. It's for us to be able to receive this newness of it, and it's for us to be in alignment with it, and we can only go in alignment with it once we believe it. So how can we start believing the new thing? It's by repeating it, because even every lie that is repeated over and over becomes truth for us.
As humanity.
Yeah, because it's like so much repeated, so repetition. So
that's what the news does. If you notice the news, you put it on at 5 o'clock, they say the same thing. At 7 o'clock, they say the same thing. At 9
Once
o'clock,
you
they
hear
say
it
the same
7
thing.
times, it's like, that's what
It
they
starts
say,
a
7 times, and
planting.
it's so in it.
Yeah.
And that's why we had this the saying about with the generations of the curses of the father. It's like when you come into this world as a newborn with a completely empty file system, it's like all the things that your father says, what your mother say, they go onto your piece of paper and they go into your file cabinet. Everyone around you, everything from the media, from everything, you write it down and goes filed somewhere. So what is you as a person? Your belief system is all these files, because when then a new thing comes in, and Dr. Leaf, like if you want to have a really great explanation of that, Dr. Leaf, who switched,
Carolyn Leaf,
who switched off my brain, and I changed
Australian
it on
lady.
the cover to how I can switch on my brain. So it's really, so she explains how the thought process is actually working. So it's a breeze through the trees, she said, and then it's opening your file cabinet again and looking for a connection. It's a library. It's a book falling out of the library.
What is her name?
Dr. Caroline Leaf. Leaf.
like a leaf.
Okay, okay.
And Who Switched Off My Brain, a really powerful book.
Yeah, definitely
did-
study that if you
Yeah.
want to see an light and easy way to
Of
explain
explanation, these,
why we
neural
have
pathways.
these neural pathways that start
And
doing
that
the
it's just
same
a
thing.
habit. It's just a habit we are going in. It's like the same book falls out with every when a topic comes. It's about, so for example, when someone said dog, whatever comes to your mind in this moment, you go into a file system. Oh yeah, I have 3 dogs at home. I love my dog. Oh, I had a dog when I was a kid. Oh, it was a pleasant memory. Oh, I was bitten by a dog. Completely different book that falls out. The completely different emotional response.
Yes.
So this is what's in our file cabinet, and that's why we have to go through our file cabinet over and over. And this is what we're doing here. So we are sorting our thoughts, because we can only know what is in our file cabinet, our subconscious, when it comes actually to our awareness.
Right.
So now it's time to look at all these.
And to welcome
amazing
in
things.
when another person says, do you really mean that? Like for me, I love it when somebody makes a correction. So when those ladies, when I was talking about shoot the elephants, take the picture, I loved when they said that, because now I have an awareness of that word.
Mhm.
It was a lazy word, really. It was a lazy speech. It just was some slang that we learned. And now take a proper picture of, take a photograph of. I can use the whole phrase. So I'm glad that we are willing to point to each other in a nice way, to just say, hey, try some other phrase with that.
And it will come light and easy after a while. I mean, we played now for over 4 years with each other. So
Terry,
it
will you share the first time that when you took the list? I loved it because you were very excited about it when you left the house and you had the list for the first time. Will you share a little bit about that? Just what you thought or how you felt?
Yes, of course. I was just so happy to meet two other people that were focusing on what I'd been focusing on for a long time, but you had a list and it was so great. And my favorite was no worries, because I used to say that all the time. And so now I say all is well. And the one I'm working on right now is I say at least a lot because I'm always looking for the silver lining, but I don't want to say that. So you have it right here. And I wrote it, I just looked at it in the book again. It's like, I'm happy that, and then you just say what the best thing is, what the silver lining is. So it's been such an incredible blessing to know both of you and to have this book and just to keep watching my words. It is so fun. It really is. It's like, oh, how can I say that differently? How can I rephrase that? So yeah, it's.
I like when Carrie then came back and said like, oh, everyone I meet now I converse with, I show them my list and it's like, this is my new vocabulary. If you wish to converse with me, please use my language.
I like that.
Yeah.
I forgot I did that. I forgot, it was 4 years ago. I copied the list and I gave it to all my friends and said, here we go. This is our new language. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it
that
to a
was
cranky
fun.
person.
I remember.
Look at this list.
Yeah, I was so
Can you imagine?
thrilled that you actually took it to a step where you respected yourself enough to say, I'd like the people around me to be aware of something that's really great and that would help them and help me, and we can actually have some fun talking about these things, just like this conversation we're having right now. And you were the first one that I know that took that extra moment.
And it's so great because we want our friends to stay with us and grow with us. And it's like, I can feel that now sometimes when I do make some new friends and they're still using some words I completely eliminated. And within this group, everyone is aware. And then I meet someone new and they're like doing this W word, like this. I remember this. So it's like, I'm usually like looking like this then, and it's like, oh, so I used to say I don't do the W word. So now I had to rephrase that even. Mm-hmm. So I had to say like, oh, I'm staying away from that W word. So please choose something else. And you still, it's amazing how it's so ingrained. Even when you tell a person 3 times, you still get that handed as a present every time. Amazing.
Yeah. So
I don't even know what the
so
W
fun.
word is.
No.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really fun. So the joy that we have is look through your list that you have in front of you, and in the Blessed by the Tongue, highlight a few of the new phrases. So stay on your creative choice side of the list, and highlight some new phrases of.
So what we did,
phrases that you've been doing like this, whether you were aware or less than aware, and now just say, oh, there's so many creative choices, and I'm going to start just speaking some creative choices out loud.
So write your things down and really cross it out, that your subconscious gets a first impression that we catch, cancel, and replace.
Yes.
What is it?
Catch, cancel,
Catch, cancel.
And it's actually correct. So some people say
Yes.
like catch, cancel, correct. CCC, catch, cancel, correct. So, and this is the first thing, like once you're aware of it, you can write it down the last time, cross it out. That gives your subconscious an idea of, okay, this is now going to the trash.
Right.
This is something I delete. So that's why in the book we have a list of words to retire completely. And when we printed that, we printed it with a like just a line through the word completely to like, okay, this is crossed out. So because it's zero affecting us anymore, it's like, okay, we acknowledge that we have this word in the English language, someone made it up, we have an agreement, and it's for us, it's our choice if we use it or if we use another word or phrase.
Yeah.
New retirement plan.
Yeah, it's
New
really,
retirement plan, yes.
it is
So for
really
example-
check.
I'm retired from certain words.
Yes.
Yes. So for example, it will blow your mind.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or unconditional
Or
love.
what?
Unconditional love. We say that.
Exactly. All the time.
And I love, this is a great example. I refuse to, and what we shall say is I choose to, and tell them what you are choosing to do.
Yeah.
So let's stay out of
Then you
where
don't
we're
feel like
getting
this or
away from,
something.
and always just present in front of you with your tongue where you are now and what you're calling in this moment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no kidding.
I just had an idea about
Yeah.
unconditional love.
It's the
Yeah.
same as
it's
honestly.
Two
Negative.
non,
It's, yeah, but it says
Yeah.
and then it's conditional.
Mhm.
What
And
if we just
love
said-
should be just
Creative
free.
creative
well,
choices.
The phrase is,
love
should
is
be
love.
using
Unconditional
unconditional love, but, oh, is that right here?
Mahogany creative choice is perfect love, pure love, agape love.
There you
And I
go.
always describe my husband, you know, it's unconditional love for me. Like, I didn't know like what else to call it, but
Yeah.
it's
Or
really
perfect love,
Yeah,
Perfect love.
just love. Uh-huh.
I like that so much better.
So
Yeah.
anyone online who wishes to
It
share?
feels good. It's like
Yeah.
exactly what
Victoria,
I
I
prayed
love
for.
your email address, by the way.
Yeah,
Very
it
joyful.
is. My first one was an
So if you can
experience
think of
that
anything, please share with
I'm
us.
able to start differently, and I'm really glad.
And something you say, or you used to
Wonderful.
say, or that you notice in other people when they say it.
Good
Well,
grief. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yes, well,
That's
right,
good.
right.
Good grief, Charlie Brown.
Is that in here?
I'm not sure.
No, but that's good.
Yeah,
Grief,
That's
yeah,
good.
don't
yeah.
worry
I
that
mean,
the gal from
Yeah,
the
grief is
Zoom
good
did.
for like, you
Yeah,
know.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it is,
fine.
Right,
Right.
right.
Nope, just
Good. So
And this-
please make your lists, everybody, to share with us for
Right.
our next book.
Mm-hmm.
These are what
Okay.
we've heard in the Miracle Group so far. That's
Right.
all these pages
Well,
coming out of everybody's mouth.
one thing that someone I'm close to says all the time is, I don't know, I just don't have enough time.
Oh, that's-
I just don't have enough time.
Next,
I seem like I'm busy, but I don't get anything done.
that's why.
Yeah. So I don't get anything done. I don't have enough time.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Instead of
So you're setting yourself up to attract
Yeah.
just that.
the very thing you don't want,
Yeah.
you're drawing into you. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And for me personally, I had this favorite word, what was effortless. And I was like, what does it even mean, effortless? Is it light and easy? Every meditation, it's like I get stumbled over when I listen to that. And, you know, in the beginning, when I listened to English meditation, again, that's one word. It's like, why would I have an effort? Because we know the universe emits un and less, so it's even crossed out. So then it's like, why would I have that in my meditation, this
Yeah.
E word? And so do they mean light and easy? So in this moment, I was awake again. So
Mhm.
that's why we
really-
started to record
really
our
right
own meditations.
Yeah.
That
And
we
if
have
you're getting-
zero of that word in
If
it.
you're going to do hypnotherapy, write your own script.
Yes.
Everybody, please take their script if you'd like, cross out the words, edit the words, and then have them read you your version, your conscious version, so that when you're talking to your subconscious or somebody's helping you direct your subconscious, the words are conscious. And the last time I had a hypnotherapy session, he says, you're the first, and he's been doing it for a long time, this hypnotherapist. He says, you're the first person who walked in and brought your script.
What's the hypnotherapist do?
They read to you out, you know, now we're going to relax. Although
And
they
then they
use word
imprint.
like, let's effortlessly lay down.
So when you think about hypnosis, it goes right to your subconscious, and they
Yes.
imprint
Mhm.
the new belief into you like right away. And then you have to make sure what are they imprinting into
Right.
you.
Yeah, and with which words.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's very simple.
So
Bring
it's
your
the
own
same.
script. If you'd like somebody to work on an area of your life, it's wonderful. Script it, edit it 3 times, put a solution in your hypnotherapy session,
It's the
so
same
that
when
you're
like someone
calling
prays.
forth the greatness. That's the purpose of a hypnotherapy session.
And that's take an hour, just keep reading over and over and over again?
They
No,
do
no,
they
just-
do a whole process. Yeah. So
So
they'll say now
It
take some
infiltrates into
yeah.
your mind.
Yeah, I've.
visualize this.
Mhm.
They'll say
Right.
so,
So
you
it's
can
the
tell them
same
what you
with
want
your
to visualize.
prayer. When someone prays about you, make sure that they pray whatever you wish to have prayed
Right.
for, in whatever words. It's
Yeah,
like,
watch the words.
it's like really prayer is so strong, and the moment you have to like right in the moment catch, cancel, and correct.
Yeah.
If you have yet to do that, they prayed that into existence, and just with you standing there, hearing it, witnessing it, nodding, you have a second witness, and it's like,
Well,
there it is.
well, we can use any words, speaking out loud over a situation. Let's say even just standing there speaking over a situation. And I'll use two examples. One, my sister has a group of ladies, and they talk and have been together since the kids were little, and now all the kids are graduated from college. And they'll say things like, oh, that they stay on their skateboard and instead of falling off and hurting themselves. And my sister says, let's just pray that they stay on their skateboard and enjoy the day. And so be aware of, that's why we lead the prayer, or the whatever you're speaking forth, please lead it. Another thing, when I just had a situation in my own neighborhood, watch the people around you saying, oh, but maybe this, they had an accident and then possibly this could happen. Say, oh, just everything's going to get better and better and healthier and more perfection. And so stop a person who wants to add in a lot of salt and pepper and flavoring, and they think they're being helpful, though if their ideas are really spiraling the other direction, stop immediately and say, I only believe that things will get better and better. And thank you, and either walk away. If you stay there and just let the person go, blah, 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 even if it's a friend on the phone, then you become the witness. And you become the second energy, and now they're going to live it again, because two or more have come together, and now the energy is set again. So please walk away, or just say, I love you. This is what I declare, and put your plugs in, whatever it takes. We're doing less than benefiting anybody if we're staying there and being a sounding board for negativity.
And
it
then,
actually does the opposite.
Yeah. So again, we are reminding you, it's so important to watch our self-talk, what we say to ourselves. And we have these two examples right here in our group. Christine was sharing with us earlier this year when she said like, oh, stupid Chrissy. So she had to catch herself and cancel that out, because it's like, yes, we can always improve. However, this to tell yourself over and over this word, it's less beneficial. And then I remember when we shared this kind of exercise the first time, Carrie said like that she had on her head things like, I don't know. You know, sometimes when we talk to ourselves, it's like, I don't know. So, and it's, you know, like we really have to catch ourselves and I do know, or I figure it out, or whatever that is, right, Carrie? That was a huge thing for you.
Yeah.
So, Chris, you're
Hot
saying
answer will come.
people are saying all these negative, or saying negative things about something.
Yeah.
Don't just put your own positive spin on it.
Yeah, and really shorten the conversation. So if you
I
can,
something in a text today that
yes. The first thing you can do is have a blanket response of God bless you, or have a wonderful day, or it'll get better, all is well. Have responses ready. And let me tell you something, please, if there's all this written down, set it aside. Set it aside, bless over the whole thing.
And Susan does that, because I remember, like now when I go through my day, I sometimes have your voice in my head saying, and you saying, oh, bless your heart. That is your standard response to like
and then
something.
that's it.
Really?
If you say bless your heart, the
beautiful.
idea
It's
is
beautiful.
yes.
So sometimes now I
Just
say
stop
that because
it.
like, oh, Susan would say, oh, bless your heart.
And then stop
Because
it,
someone in the South,
smile,
it's
walk
not a
away.
compliment.
We really
It's not
have
a
to
nice
stop
thing
it.
from someone in the South. I always heard it, that the people in the South say, oh, bless your heart. But if they say bless your heart, something's wrong.
No, I was just thinking, like it's a cultural thing also, and I guess a regional thing, but when I lived in London, England, bless or bless your heart was not something you wanted to hear. It was extremely pejorative. It was like, we feel sorry for you.
I don't remember maybe saying it.
But it's so energetically, it's so much more powerful,
Powerful
and
than
it's so much better than say, oh, I feel bad for you or something.
Or I don't blame
right.
you.
So
Right.
I take this, oh, bless you.
No,
I take bless your heart any day, any time over anything else. So and now it's up to us and humanity. You know that word agreements change over time. So it's up for us to even change it back. So when I came first time to the US, and then I said thank you, and I got, oh, my pleasure, or you're so welcome. And now over all this time, it came to, oh, no problem, oh, I don't blame you, and all blah blah blah, oh, no worries, and all these kind of things that came out after. It's so weird. So it's for us as humanity, once we have the awareness. So it's again, my final response would be thank you, bless your heart. It's like, thank you so much. I'm really excited about that, because it's my agreement I have with the words. It's my belief system, and this is what's going to happen in my life. So even if he meets it another way, I feel blessed in this moment completely.
Right.
Because I'm like, my heart is like opening for that.
So remember, once the word is spoken out loud, it has started a vibrational reality in the works. And whether we are trained up to see the vibrational reality yet, or are yet to train ourselves up to see it, it's in the hopper. It's already there. So if you want to improve your belief, speak yourself into it. That's why we have to watch the word we speak, because the word starts the creation. And that's why one of the members here handed me a little plaque, and I love it. And it was cute. And it said, it's about the word believe. And it said, if you don't believe, you can't, what is it? Receive. And it's actually the opposite. See, if you don't believe, you can't receive. And on the surface, remember, we're talking about the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious has no idea. It's just puppy power. So it doesn't care about believing anything. It declares about a command. My puppy, right? Sit. That's it. It just cares about the command. So faith and belief are two different things. Belief is comfortable. Faith means whether you see it or the opposite, you just command it and you vibrate with joy or with some kind of agreement or some kind of okayness or some kind of satisfaction or some kind of awareness. And as long as you can hold yourself in that type of frequency, you can manifest it into the physical realm, the part where you can see it. So I change and challenge that one phrase to, as long as you speak it, you're going to have it.
However, it's more
if you can
powerful.
speak it in words that the universe can understand. So Drop Dead Gorgeous, do you think the universe has any idea what we're talking about? Holy cow. Holy crap.
Holy cow, if you're in India, it would work.
Yeah, exactly.
I was already thinking.
Exactly. So holy crap, then some of the stuff, holy mackerel.
Holy cow.
Holy cow. Oh.
Although it was pretty fun, I was driving today down the street, and all of a sudden on the sky, this big fish, in the middle of the street just fell, right? So some hawk had it. It's a holy mackerel,
Oh my gosh.
Was it alive?
I was looking at it saying, is that a mackerel? Finally, I understand what that saying means. Falling from the sky. And that was just on Airport Road. There's zero water. So some hawk must have had this big fish in his
Was
mouth.
it alive?
It's falling right on my truck.
That is really holy mackerel.
Yeah.
Fell on your truck?
So you just
Oh
know,
my
that the big
Yeah.
eagle or hawk had it.
So
with
we
the
had a
claws.
similar funny story
Yeah.
once. So you know, like that the saying is, "Oh, the stork brings the children."
Uh-huh.
So we were like with another couple, like going on a road trip, and then we saw like from the car behind that the stork was like almost flying into the windshield of the other car. So when we got to the rest area, we were like, "Do you have a new baby now? Did they bring you something?" So you can make so much fun of that.
Yeah,
I
you
love
can.
word jokes, and
Oh,
I was so proud of myself the first time when I came to the US, and I was here the first 6 months, and I watched some advertisement, and I finally understood my first word joke when it was so cute. It was a cat in an office, and there was a pie chart, and the cat was like with her paw and the collar, and doing the paw things, and then it's like, what a copycat.
Oh, copycat. That's true.
You call them word jokes.
Yeah, I call them word jokes.
How cute is that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
so
like that.
double meaning. So I that's like my
I love
favorite. I
saying
play.
that.
I
Right.
play with that a lot.
Yeah.
So that makes me laugh the most when I understand like some of these.
Something like that.
Yeah,
to
and they have it
double
in every
meanings
in
and-
every
yeah.
language.
Yeah,
So-
love hanging out
so
with random.
So even like in movies, so Indiana Jones, when they say, "Oh, everyone is lost except me," you know, it's kind of just turning it around a little bit
Mhm.
because it's playing with the agreement. Or when we like I showed with you or shared with you last Tuesday when just like when we talked about how we were raised from our parents, and my dad always said, "Oh, Snow White died of food poisoning." So it's just a different, like it just something changed, and it's okay.
I was trying to write word jokes, and you said Indiana Jones, and I wrote word Jones.
That's her. She's good.
So later, I'm going to say, what was I writing here?
Yeah, that's
So
So
it
much
starts with just taking the 2 weeks and really writing down the phrases. And I know Carrie had a funny thought that came to her head, and I loved it. And I added, anytime I hear one, I check myself. Do I have an agreement with such a thought? And she had one: a woman's work is never done.
Mhm.
And I wanted to check myself, Carrie, about that, because that has a lot of
Carrie or your sister.
it was Carrie.
Yeah.
It was Carrie. And so do check yourself to see, does that give you any emotion at all, these crazy sayings? Do you feel that? Any day do you feel like, oh, I got more to do than time, like your friend was saying, to do
Mhm.
it? And what does that even mean? So can you change it? A woman's joy is continual, or you just rephrase it. Say something that's gonna be a win for you, a win-win situation. Rewrite it, and do keep lists, because they're very helpful. We had another lady that wrote down all the financial agreements, similar to Valentina here, what our parents have taught us around money. And she said something like, a woman's money isn't a woman's job, or something like that was her agreement. So check yourself to these strange phrases that people have said over and over again. And just check your own, if you have an emotion towards any of it, or it makes you like turn around and look at it again, sit down and give yourself the 5-minute couch time and
Mhm.
really say, what I really desire and will accept for myself is this. And then restate and put a whole new meaning, a whole new phrase. That was what Sylvia and I sat down, these creative choices. We had to check on all these strange little word phrase agreements and say, what do we really mean by that? What would actually create something? So,
Mhm.
so
For time, it took us a moment to really, how can we?
yes,
it's
how can we
because
say
it's like
something
really, it's
positive?
a saying we use over so many generations, and it's like this cultural agreement. What
Right.
we talk about, it's like how can we, break into that
Right.
with our awareness
Right.
to make a better choice instead of
And the
everyone
top of the
using
page is my husband's favorite one that he uses on me all the time. So I have to sit down and check that word agreement. He says, if you don't mind, hun, if you don't mind, can you grab that for me? If you don't mind. And 27 years of if you don't mind, you got to start saying, wow, has that, do I mind? And what does that even mean, mind? Is it in my mind? Do I mind? And so now when he says it, I just restate it quietly to myself, saying, with joy, I supply.
Does he hear you say that?
No, I say it in my mind because, quietly, because this can get to you if you don't mind. If you don't mind, there's the don't, mind, don't mind, don't. and so check yourself. And so I said, I appreciate it when you, so that was the agreement that we changed it. I appreciate it when you, so just say, I appreciate, he appreciates, and come up with a new phrase. So the people that you have to live with that are saying the same thing to you multiple times, if it has any kind of stickiness to you in any way, shape, or form, rephrase it. And every time that comes in front of you, say a joyful thing, answer to it. And so, I'm so grateful. I'm so appreciative. Whatever works for me. It's just check yourself when you live with people that have the same jokes, and they say them every week to you over and over. Alan has a friend, he just said, that uses the same 2 phrases every time they get together.
Mm-hmm.
And so check that you're not agreeing with them in any way, shape, or form, or rejecting them, that you actually are restating them into some positive for both of you.
Right.
Do you ever
Thank
tell
you.
them or no?
Just restate.
Oh, yeah, right.
Just restate. Everybody's
I find there
exactly
was
where they're
always
supposed to
plenty
be.
of time to get everything done that needs to be done.
Yes. So,
Oh, you can say that when they're
But
there.
that,
they say-
right,
yeah, right.
they speak
so
that.
edit your words again and remove need.
Oh, I didn't even know I said it.
That's right.
Mhm.
So the universe has 0 agreement with the
There's-
word need, because the universe is in total abundance.
There's plenty of time.
Okay, and there's no such thing as time. So let's
Okay.
edit your words.
Okay, that's
Try
fine.
again, Alan.
Okay, so the
I am
mistake-
confident
okay, let me write
that I
this
shall
down.
achieve,
I am
that we can
confident.
achieve everything our heart has set on. Okay, so watch every word. This is the edit 3 times. 3 different moments of editing. 3 different awarenesses every
It's
every
Mhm,
pass.
You have it done.
3 different awarenesses.
mhm.
Yeah.
I like that.
You will complete this. This shall be finished and
Yeah.
complete with such joy and ease. Please go back and check all of our own journaling. Please go back with your own journaling, everybody, and take the basic words and check if you've got the word want, going to get, the simple ones, and check your own journals. And I even, the other day, I wrote in my journal a few times, raise the dead. And now I want to go back and I want to change that word to just raise up. And I want to remove that word.
And for me, it's
So-
like really, and Carrie and I, we talked about this today. It's like, it's a challenge for us to remove the word time from our vocabulary.
Which word?
Time.
Time.
The word
Oh,
time.
yeah,
Because
that's,
we use that so, like, oh, when the
Time
time,
management.
Yes.
when the
Right.
time is right, I don't have time.
so time
In due
management.
time, there's
So
a
how do
phrase,
you
right?
rephrase that?
Right.
Yeah,
When people say there is no time.
Because if you say
You have to
now,
like really go
to them.
into it and
now
like really,
necessarily
Exactly.
involves time and is.
Say, I have no
Let's
time.
you have
There's
the
no
time.
time.
No, you have the same 24 hours as I have.
See, I say that and they get upset.
It's
Oh,
only
but
for
you,
Exactly.
No,
yeah.
all you can
Joyfully.
say, I
smile and wave.
just all you
but
can
you
say.
have a different kind of life.
No, I have
But you
different.
don't
yeah.
know what I have.
I have different.
Understand.
Yeah,
priorities.
everything- right. Well, you don't understand.
It's like, and you can say, I make different choices.
Well, then
I have
don't
other
tell me.
priorities.
That's
Right.
the other thing.
Okay,
My
It's
priorities
always a
are
priority.
always
Always
met.
a least
Uh-huh.
a priority.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
how do you?
Or you
feel
say,
that
like, I
this
go
time
with the
is
flow.
you're saying
But
you're
I'm just,
Yeah, that's
grateful
true.
So when they say there is no
I
time, you say
don't
there is
think
no
I'm
such
not
thing as
like
time.
now.
What is there?
Yes, now is great.
It's
The
only now.
present moment.
That was
It's
first
present.
time.
It's just
There
now.
only is the present.
Just now.
Yeah, it's
Future
only
version
now.
Right,
of
there
now,
is
the
only
present.
now.
There's always the present. That's
Well,
true.
Yeah, that was my idea, but now
Yes.
that I'm reflecting, I can see that it incorporates time.
So challenge yourself,
Now
everybody.
is
That's
the
the fun
only
of
time.
these meetings that we have is just challenge yourself. Go back in and say, is this really what I really, really desire? And it's amazing because Sylvie and I, when we edit the books, we have to write this all right. And then we have to say, is that really the best way that we can open it up to
Yeah.
the greatness of this universe?
So what it is,
Every sentence you have to check.
JJ, it's even like
Every sentence.
it's even challenging the whole phrase of there is no time. What do they really mean? Is there too many tasks for like to do now? Is there is it a priority setting? So you really have to go deeper into
the
that
rest always
concept in
remains
this
and
moment.
because we
Why do they even utter this phrase? Is it like, oh, they don't want to play with you in the moment because they have something else that they prefer to do, which is fine.
Then just say, I'm busy. I prefer, the person just say, oh, you mean you're busy and you prefer to go da 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 da. Great. Have a wonderful time and you mean it. And don't use time. Have a wonderful
enjoy
experience.
yourself. Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
Mhm.
Go enjoy.
So maybe time is just an experience.
Yes.
That's right.
In and out.
Have a wonderful experience. And it's amazing because we've gotten, humanity is so wrapped into that construct. It's just a construct, right? Because we know, the part of us knows that it's a construct. It's a human construct time. It's an earthly construct. So
And
let's
it
just
helps
challenge
us.
ourselves each to check how many times we use the word time, right? How many occurrences in a day is our mind going to that? I purposely, my husband laughs at me. I wear, if you've noticed, very few watch on my wrist to look at, so that that is removed. The habit of that is removed, because otherwise you're in a construct. And if a construct feels good around you, then by all means do
I
it.
had no watch, so Oscar bought me a watch.
But
You're
it's
always
like-
not on time. And I'm on my own time.
And again,
So
it's
I
a
have to look.
perception.
I don't operate in time.
And I think that time is just a vibration, so
Sure.
we're
Oh.
only matter coming into
No,
effect because we're at a lower vibration.
So trust is what we need to live in. The trust that all will be done according to plan. The trust that there's plenty to go around and all is achievable and it'll be done in joy and it'll be perfect.
So Carrie and I, we played that game last week when she said, she's using zero cell phone and I'm going to pick her up from the airport and the flight lands at this time and I have zero checking of, okay, when is it landing? I have an approximately, she gave me the flight number. And so I had like zero possibility maybe of contacting her that she knows like what door am I picking her up and all these kind of things. So I was praying just in the car. That was all I did. I was like, okay, so now I have this traffic jam obviously created here on I-75. I will come 10 minutes after the appointed thing. There's zero possibility to, and I was like, you know what? It will be just perfect. When she walks out, I will be there.
Mhm.
And so it happened that her bag got delayed a little bit and all these kind of things. So when she walked out, I was right there.
Yeah.
And she said that, I play that with my husband all the time and we always find each other.
Yeah.
And we always find each other. And then now think back. I mean, all
years,
of us here.
all the years ago, we would meet at the fountain, right? When you're done, meet at the fountain.
It's
When it
amazing
gets
because
dark,
we have
meet at the
trust
fountain.
again. Because back in the days, no one had a cell phone and we found each other all the
Yes.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And we all found each other here.
And it was always aligned. It was
That's right.
always.
Mhm.
So maybe you had like the landline and you called someone, I'm leaving the house now. Or you made an appointment like, next week on Wednesday we're going to meet. And now it's like so complicated. It's like now I have to like the day before, is it still on? Are we still meeting?
Yeah.
And then like, I didn't hear from you. So I thought this meeting was off. Just because we made it last week, it's off because I didn't like ask you 3 times more that we do that.
Right.
I mean, how
Because we do that now,
ridiculous.
right?
It-
Yeah.
It's interesting you're talking about that because today I was telling my mother a story about that. This would be back, I was 15 and my best friend had moved about 10 or 12 miles away. And so there was a diner restaurant that we both really liked. And so that morning, talking on just a regular phone, I said, well, why don't we meet at the Flame? You ride your bike and we kind of coordinate, well, how long it's going to take for you to ride there and how long it's take me. And then we'll go riding together for the day around our community where we lived. I mean, and we didn't have all the trails and it was riding on the side of the major roads and stuff, but we did that. And I think about that we coordinated so that we got there. We both got there about the same time. I don't know who got there first, but we spent the day together and no phones. Nobody knew anything. It wasn't anybody who was in contact, and we didn't have a GPS to tell us where to go. We knew the roads, and we just took off and went. And we so many people don't go anywhere without their phone because where am I going?
And
Yeah.
then, after 1 minute, it's like, where are you? And things like that. I mean, it takes you sometimes 5 minutes longer. Do I have to now tell you every step of my way because I'm a little bit delayed here? So if I say I come, and I will show up. Can we have this trust in humanity again that we show up, even if it takes us this
Yep.
And I say time longer to actually arrive there. But it's like, can we have these agreements again? And I challenge you, Alan, it's a beautiful story. But you said, so I'm just catching you now.
Yeah.
Why don't we?
Why don't we?
So,
What is
well,
a better
let's
choice?
look it up.
Let's,
Let us, exactly, let us.
Mhm.
Let us meet there.
Oh, let us meet there. Oh.
instead of why don't we? You know, it's
Mhm.
interesting,
Right,
is
it's
I
not
simplify
Mhm.
my phone, I put three-quarters of my contacts in a different book and put the numbers down. And all of a sudden, I found numbers of people that I was happy to see. So I simplified it and I found people.
Beautiful, yeah, simplification nowadays. I
Come
mean,
down to
it
almost
goes into
25.
that, yeah, it goes
Yeah,
into that
25
direction again,
contacts.
quality. It's,
Yes. So the three phrases with it's why can't we? A lot of these are the ones we have to improve on. So why can't we? We can. We shall. And why don't we? We can. We shall. Let us. And why don't you? Will you? Let us know about it. Let us know about it. How about it? So why don't you? How about you?
Oh, why not?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of not. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Gina. Okay. So we are excited to order the books for you, 11 copies for $20. So if you have still to put your name on the list, if you want to have a copy of Blessed by the Tongue.
11 copies for
$20?
Yeah. So every
So the desire is that we-
every additional copy, up to 10 copies, is $1. That we can like really joyfully give that to our friends, like Carrie did. And this is my new vocabulary.
Inspired by Carrie.
So
and
that's why
the
it's
slogan
$1.
is change your life for $1.
And thank you.
So when you hand it to them, say, this cost me $1. Change your life for $1.
So
And I
think
want to
about
thank you
places.
for making it so available to make a $1 for a copy of the books. That's awesome. Yeah.
We just thought it'd be real fun and see who actually would want to change something in their life for $1. That do something for themselves.
Right.
Some awareness.
That'd be a good title for a book. Change your life for $1.
Yeah, we tried that online and they don't let us.
Yeah, it was too less money.
Yeah.
So Amazon said
Oh, yeah, I
you
know.
have to charge more. So
For
the
right
ones
now, it's $20?
For 11 copies. So one copy is 10 and every 11, every you
Right.
Yeah, we
so
send
if
them the
everybody
link, so-
can give some
so-
suggestions or take 1 minute
so
to
I
just
will
think
put
of
just for
where we
members
could
of the
put
Miraclegroup,
the
it's
Blessed
like
by the
first
Tongue
book is $10,
books.
and if you want to have up
If
to
you
10
have
additional
colonics
copies
ladies,
$1, so it's-
I'm
it's
thinking of
$20
doctor's
you
offices.
have
So
to-
we're doing 11 of those books for $20.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's what we're saying. The fun is Carrie inspired us because she copied lists and gave them to her friends. So Sylvia and I said, these are the lists. They're their little dictionary, and the slogan will be "Change your life for $1." Tell them that
Oh my
you're
God.
gonna
So
hand it
the
to them for
advantage
$1.
we have, it's like receive joy as a name, and this whole word movement, this agreement, what we are like came here to do on this earth, can be spread because we wish to have this more awareness of this goodness. So
Yeah.
we wish for you guys to place it in your doctor offices and wherever you go to like
That they have
just
reading on the
because
table.
every book is so blessed over
Massage
every word is
therapist,
positive, so just
office.
leave it wherever, and even
I'll take
we
them around.
Yeah, anywhere
Like we
anywhere
send
that
the
people
copies
have
wherever.
magazines to read. Or give them to your friends, children. Great. So, and any suggestions that
And
you
then
have
what
for
we will
us
do
too to
going
put them?
forward in the Miraclegroup, what we also did, we did like some empty pages with our daily asking journal. So for new members, even for you can sit with your friends and say, look, this is what I do in a whole book. So this is what I give you, and you can fill out a page with them. I mean, how wonderful is that? Or like we have like you can use this page to ask in detail. And then we have the focus target in here. We have like all the exercises we play here on a constant basis. We have in here. We have an empty focus wheel we can play with. So for new members, it's the best thing to start with because this is the
So if you
most-
ever bring somebody
best
for
awareness,
$1, you can
some-
get them their book.
And I think the best way to learn anything is actually to teach people that.
That's right, to sit with them.
Because
Go to the
that's why you
coffee
guys
shop
are
and
so
sit
good
with
at
them.
it, because they've been teaching and doing that work. and
It
become a
really is the
professional.
love, sharing the
So I
love.
think people that are
We know
doing
what
this
it is.
should go out there and share this with groups and people.
Mhm.
And actually learn it better yourself because
That's
you're
right.
practicing.
Right. You
Carissa,
you
I
learn,
don't
you learn.
know,
When you
some of the
practice, you
groups
learn it
I'm
sticks to
doing
you.
it with is
You don't
12
practice,
steps.
it doesn't
Absolutely.
stick.
No.
It's always a
Yeah.
good way to
It's
learn.
always to
Free.
teach.
Absolutely.
God gives you a gift
Yeah.
and he
Happy to.
says, all go out and share the gifts.
And
grant
even
you.
if you just
Don't hold
open
on
to
the
a
gifts.
page.
Sure, share what I give you.
Yeah.
And this is a gift.
Put the light under a
So-
basket.
So even if you open to a page and there's like a Bible verse on it, it's just blessed.
Uh-huh.
I also like this, that it's like a workbook.
Give it
It
to
reminds
us.
me when I was a kid, I used to get like, you know, you go on road trips, wherever. you
Right,
get
right.
your workbooks, you know, for whatever grade you're in.
That's
I
right.
always got those, and that's what I like.
That's right.
Oh, it's when-
And we're gonna, in the group here, we're gonna fill them in page by page, so, together.
Okay.
So does that,
Well,
wait,
gone.
does that,
Yeah.
is that 40?
Next Miracle Group meeting.
That's worth it. I might do it.
Sure, you can, either way.
Can I use
Okay, so we're gonna do, everybody, your Focus Wheel Workbook, we're gonna do
It's
one.
up to 10.
What is that?
It's up to 10.
No,
I am
when you're
word?
eating,
Okay.
wait till you're done eating.
Okay.
Tell me.
Okay,
Oh, Oscar needs that.
I don't need a lot.
The shine up shoot.
everybody, we're doing our Focus Wheel
You know what?
Workbook.
I think everybody will want it once it's
Angelica's taking it and then it works.
Page 56,
She's a
Focus
Miraclegroup
Wheel,
member.
56 on our Focus Wheel.
So many books I get lost.
Oh, I don't have a focus wheel book.
Okay, time to get one, Jerry. Gotta
Sure
get,
is.
gotta be imprinted. All right,
Yeah. 'cause I got-
56, Oscar, you have your.
May I purchase a focus wheel book?
Absolutely.
I don't have any money on me right now, but I'll have it.
Put it with the other one, yeah. All right,
Oh, yeah.
so we're gonna create what we can already believe about I am word. And we just talked about all the power that the word has because it is the formulation to everything. So as long as you can articulate exactly what you desire, stay focused with it. So what can we believe about I am word?
Where's your, this is the 10 book?
What number is that? I'm sorry, 56? Sorry.
Yeah.
My word creates.
Sorry.
Oh.
I think Terry, this is the oldest.
This is?
This is the 2017 book, the first one we ever did.
Can I get this by?
Hand me the towel right there.
What happened?
I just spilled my water.
Your book.
It's okay, they got read so many times already, so.
Oh, anyone is good. It's just water.
So we are in our Focus Wheel Workbook, page 56, and for everyone who still has to have it, we are doing our circle in the middle, and we are writing inside I am word. And we have like 12 and more beautiful sun rays coming
Yeah,
out.
lift this stuff. Change it.
Oh, that's gonna be a hard one. Because everything's gonna be.
No, just all you need is this little bit.
This is great.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
That's really cool.
I know, but I can't stick everything.
Here, I'm gonna hand that to you, Oscar.
I guess it needs to get cleaned.
Can you lift the glass, honey, a little bit? I'm gonna take you-
You've just
it's
baptized the
getting
word.
hot in there.
Yeah.
Put in your water right here.
Absolutely.
Honey, can you lift the rubber?
There you go. Go a little more.
Never noticed
One more
these
time.
trees. You guys all know that they
There
have
you
like
go,
trees
all the
up here?
Mm-hmm.
And on.
I had noticed.
These things right here,
I had
Yeah,
noticed.
that's right.
delectable.
Very good. I know JJ is such an amazing hostess.
Fingers, Oscar. Go to the edge. Okay.
Bravo, bravo.
I know,
I
it's
just
team
want to get his
effort.
finger.
Team effort, oh.
Just
I
see.
Is that lemon?
Is it Catherine? Okay, I'll lift it and-
Okay, so I am word. What can we already believe about that? Let's start our focus wheel.
We're on the focus wheel.
Yes,
What page? is it?
56. I am word. What can we already believe about I am word?
Thank God for the glass.
Yeah.
It's like my dinner.
I am his child.
What is that? I am a child?
I am his child.
I am
His
God's child.
child.
Yeah.
I'm his child.
Which one are we?
Page 56.
Oh, the focus.
I am God's child. Okay, what else can we believe already? I am word.
Okay. So I missed what we're doing. We're at
Yeah, I've
56.
done that.
There's water over the floor.
Oh, grab a paper towel.
56.
Where the towels go that we
A
got?
paper towel.
So I say words create.
Which page are we on?
56.
56.
It begins with the word.
It begins with the word. Yeah.
Oh, I had a towel in my hand the whole time.
It begins with a word.
Oh, yeah, sure, join us.
Begins with a word. Can also say
Words heal.
words here.
Yeah, very clean floor. Impressive.
Words here.
Well, there's water on the floor. So it's like, what the exercise? Standing with bare feet, and I'm like, my feet are all wet.
Where are you going, honey?
Okay, what are we writing?
Words
Page
matter.
56.
Go to 56.
Words create.
So I have the next one. Words matter. Every word counts.
So, what are the first two things that we have? Every word.
Okay, so these are suggestions, and this is what you can believe about I am word.
Every word counts. So I watch my words.
What is in the middle of 56? I don't know about
I am word.
I am word.
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 Word. Well, we've
W-
been practicing talking
I
about
am
word.
word.
Yeah.
Word.
Okay.
W-O-R-D.
I am aware of my words, or I watch my words either way.
It's not, I bounce.
I love my words.
Mhm.
These are cool chairs.
It begins with a word. I speak my words out loud.
Yeah, that's the, I create with my words.
Mm-hmm. Words create. I speak into the solution.
Oh, I like that.
Are you okay?
My words are my creation.
Yeah, my words are
What did
my
you say?
creation.
Would you say words are
My words are my creation.
My words are
Isn't
my
that the same as I create with my words?
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I just
Say
heard
that,
that. Someone was saying that.
Yeah, that's what I put down. Oh, I gotta make sure I don't forget this.
Okay.
I speak loving words.
That's nice.
I wrote, I love my words. You said that earlier. I like that one.
It's all good. It has to be the identical thought over and over and over. So it's really great that you phrase it differently.
Mm-hmm.
So are we just supposed to be making stuff up to put down here, what we think about?
What we already believe.
It's
Words are my friends.
Yeah.
Bernie! Words are my
That just came out. Like a little kid. Hello.
So now we know what he means.
I like that word of God. Yes.
Words are of God.
And
And
so,
God gave us speech.
yes, we're the only creation that uses words.
Yeah.
I use my words to bless.
Speak into the word. Did somebody say that already?
Mm-mm.
What did you say?
I use my words to bless.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. I do too. I use my words to bless.
I am my word.
Which means you don't think
Yes.
of it.
I am my word.
That's what my
This
father told me.
is one important. I play
When
my word.
I was 9, you are your
Yeah.
word.
Okay.
What you say, always.
So
stay
Susan
with it.
says, I keep my word.
I keep my word.
I like that.
That's a good one.
I speak words of life.
Did somebody say use
Words
my words to bless?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What was the one you just said?
I speak words of life.
So also my words come to life.
Yes.
Oh,
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have an online response here. And thank you, Carrie, for I listen to God's word.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, words have power.
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
And then I only use positive words
Yeah.
and beautiful words.
I use positive words.
Or you say, my words are on the same frequency, on the positive frequency.
My words are with the frequency I wish to receive.
Yeah.
Okay, my page is completely full.
My words bring me joy.
See, there's so much we can already believe about I am word. So let's have a quick imprinting that we completely believe that our words create, our words are so powerful that we are now go forth from today on after our imprinting, that we are so aware that every word matters, every word counts, and we catch ourselves, and then we cancel, and then we and we correct right away. Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm only calling you in the photo when I'm ready for correction.
Send me a 10-minute recording.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone, when you're ready, please place your feet on the ground. And then just open your hands, because we are ready to receive, and place them comfortably on your lap. Close your eyes. Sit straight. And now we are just breathing through our nose. Breath is so important. So take 3 deep breaths. And with every breath, we breathe in more love, all the love we feel around us here, being together in this communion. This agape love we have directly from God, that is given, and it's so freely for us to take. So inhale it, just let it shower over you. It's all around you. And being together here every second Tuesday, we feel it's so tangible, all this love. Okay, when you're ready and completely relaxed and your tongue is touching your gum, then envision yourself as a ball of light. So gather all your light particles. Every cell in you has a light particle. So gather all of these and form a ball of light. This is you. This is the essence. This is the light you came from. This is the light you are. And you have this agreement to live in this beautiful physical body. And it's a beautiful experience. However, now we are sending this ball of light out of the soles of our feet into the earth. And while you go deeper into the earth, you take all the grounding energy that the earth offers and bring it back up into the soles of your feet and disperse all this grounding energy into your body. And then take your ball of light and come out of the crown of your head and send it up. Up and up, higher and higher, faster and faster. So we are leaving our body, we are leaving the city, we are leaving this earth, we are leaving our solar system, we are leaving our galaxy, and we are leaving our universe, and we are going through layers of light. And it's a white light and a dark light, 7 times in a row. And while we do that, it's faster. And we go just higher and higher with our consciousness. So we come to a layer with golden light. And we go through that as well. And then we enter a layer that is very sticky. And that has all the different colors. And this represents all the different laws. So we go through that and we leave that all behind. Because now we are in front of a vortex. We go into this vortex. And when we come out at the other end, Our particles are completely dispersed. There is zero illusion anymore. Here's only truth. So all our particles are in the soup with everyone else's particles. And the only feeling that is here is bliss, love, joy. And it's beautiful. It has a pearl luminescence quality, and this is home. This is where you came from, and this is where you will go after this earthly experience that you agree to do. So here, you know what it means to be one, oneness. That's what it says, like, I am love. This is where you know this is the creation you came from, and you're part of it, and you know that's why you call it the air of God, because this is the source, and you are an outlet of the source. And then this soup of consciousness of all there is, this field you're in now, you just feel so accepted and so worthy and so loved. And you know that, oh, this is what he means when he said he loved me first. Exactly, because I come from here and I'm part of it. And every creator loves their little expressions, and it's okay. He made me exactly as I'm supposed to be. And he also gave me a set of rules, a set of absolutes to live by. And when we went through this layer, the sticky layer, we saw that there are so many things and so many rules, like gravitation, and we know the law of lift is trumping this law of gravitation. And then we also saw that the law of the word, the power of the word trumps the thought. It's higher. So right here, right now, we kind of see and understand what that means, that I am word. And to imprint it even deeper in us, and every little cell that is floating around here, every little light cell, all our blueprint, it's already in our blueprint. So to reactivate that knowledge, we are speaking out the word right here to reactivate it. So please repeat after me. Dear Creator of all that is.
Dear Creator of all that is.
I command.
I command.
That I know what it feels like.
That I
know what it feels like.
That I am word.
That
I am word.
Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done.
Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done.
And now show me.
And now show me.
Take this moment to witness a shower that comes down on you with the information and knowledge, with the feelings, with the emotions, everything there is about I am word. And you have a concept, you have an understanding of what it really means. Maybe for the first time in your existence. You now know that the speech, the word, was given to us as a gift, and it's for us to use it correctly. So it's for us to create. And it was scrambled at some point in history because it was so powerful that man just had a variety of ideas, and it went like completely south, and now it had to be scrambled. But now we know, when we come back as one people, with one language, with one speech, that we are powerful. Oh my gosh, we are so powerful. And the more of people come together and understand that, the more we can use it in our lives. We can use it for us on a daily basis. And we have a second energy in the separation of, in this illusion of separation that goes on earth, that what we speak to each other, we agree, it's contracts. Contracts are with words, agreements are word-based. Everything that we think in words, we think in images, but we put a word to what we think, what we see. So that's what it means. I am word. I'm made of words. All these physical things, they're merely shadows of the word's creation, the frequency that was uttered before. And the first time that happened, when God spoke everything into existence. Oh my, how powerful is that? Our Creator spoke everything into existence. And we are made in His image. And we are just playing with this field. So we speak everything that is our life into existence. So this awareness, what do we like to create, brings a new understanding now. That everything we say, I am word, everything we say has to manifest. So dear Creator of all that is,
Creator of all that is,
I command
I command
that my subconscious
That
fully
that my subconscious
fully accepts and knows the following statements.
accepts and knows the following statements.
It begins with a word.
It begins with a word.
My words bring me joy.
My words bring me joy.
Words heal.
Words heal.
I am my word.
I am my word.
My words emit the frequency I wish to receive.
My words emit the frequency I wish to receive.
Words matter.
Words matter.
Every word matters.
Every word matters.
I keep my word.
I keep my word.
Every word counts.
Every word counts.
I speak words of life.
I speak words of life.
I watch my words.
I watch my words.
I am aware of my words.
I'm aware of my words.
My words come to life.
My words come to life.
I only use beautiful, positive words.
I only use beautiful, positive words.
I love my words.
I love my words.
I listen to God's word.
I listen to God's word.
I speak my words out loud.
I speak my words out loud.
Words have power.
Words have power.
I speak into the solution.
I speak into the solution.
And words are my friends.
Words are my friends.
My words are my creation.
My words are my
I
creation.
create with my words.
I create with my words.
Words are of God.
Words are of God.
I speak loving words.
I speak loving words.
God gave us words.
God gave us words.
I am God's child.
I am God's child.
We are the only creation that uses words.
We are the only creation that uses words.
Words create.
Words create.
I use my words to bless.
I use my words to bless.
The words coming forth from my mouth are seeds sown that will be reaped. The words coming from my mouth are seeds sown that will be reaped. Creation power is in the word.
Creation power is in the word.
So every word that leaves my mouth comes back answered.
Every word that leaves my mouth comes back answered.
We are God's favorite creation.
We are God's favorite creation.
God spoke everything into existence.
God spoke everything into existence.
Jesus healed with his words.
Jesus healed with his words.
I can heal with my words.
I can heal with my words.
We are made in his image and likeness.
We are made in his image and likeness.
Our words hold vibration power.
Our words hold vibration power.
Words create. My words call things into my life.
Words create. My words call
things into my life.
The more beautiful my words, the more beautiful and wonderful my life is.
The more beautiful my words,
the more beautiful and wonderful my life is.
I am word, I am word, I am word, so be it.
I am word, I am word, I am word, so be it.
Thank you, God. It is done, it is done, it is done.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, God. It is done. It is done. It is done.
Now show me.
Now show me.
So again, witness what happened with all these beautiful statements. Focused on them for so long. Our subconscious is happy to receive this new knowledge, this new truth. And make an agreement with you right here, right now, that you leave everything that is less than what we agree to do. Just leave it here. Put it, send it into God's light. All the old sayings, it's all yesterday, and we're still living today and yesterday's creations. So every word we uttered yesterday's, we are seeing today. So from today forward, if we wish to see anything different, we have to change and do it differently, that we can reap in the future what we saw today. So 0 repetition of anything that we wish to stay away from. There's only utterance of everything that is solution oriented. And we hold ourselves accountable in this moment, and we tell ourselves, if I wish to live by design and my most excellent creative life, this is what I'm doing. I'm watching my thoughts. I'm watching the words coming out of my mouth, because I know the mouth shows what the heart is full of. So let my heart be changed to the beautiful, empowering words and life. So send everything in the light that is less than. Gather all your energy particles, all this light energy back. Form your ball of light. To continue your experience you signed up for on earth. To count it all joy. So shower in God's golden light. Receive the blessings. It's already done. He already blessed you. So there's 0 asking any day of any more blessings, because it's already done. It's already blessed. So we thank him that he blessed us already. So even that is a word agreement, a new one. Instead of God bless you, it's God blessed you. And we're taking that with us. And we're going back through the vortex. And we're going back to the sticky layer, because on earth we wish to experience a certain kind of order of things. Playing in this playing field. Back through the golden light. And the layers of the black light and white light 7 times. Coming back to our universe. Coming back to our solar system. Honing into earth. Honing into the body. Go into the crown of your head. And go out of the soles of your feet one more time. Gather some more earthing energy. Grounding. Disperse it throughout your body. And then also your light particles, your ball. Again, every particle goes back into every cell. Renewed, re-energized, knowing that we are word. And that this whole creation here, this 10% physical thing that we are, maximum, can be influenced with our words. And yes, also with our thoughts. So we watch our thoughts, because our thoughts are sentences made of words. And we know that the speech, the spoken out loud, trumps the thought. So we use that every time when we catch ourselves with another thought that is less than. We cancel that right away and we speak out the right thing, because we know that this is more powerful than any thought I have. So we can go forth in calm and peace and harmony, with knowing that what comes, the best is yet to come, that it comes better. That all the yesterday creations can fade away and I can step into my desired future, because God promises us hope and a future. Positive expected outcome is hope. So we hold him to that promise. So now that you're back in your body, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, open your eyes slowly, and enjoy this experience of the illusion of separation. And rub your hands together and do an energy break. And enjoy that you are word. And an outlet, an expression of God. Okay, so for everyone here, we will talk a little bit more about this beautiful water.
Oh, I want to know more.
So it's also hope for an oxygen delivery system. So if you have oxygen, 0 pathogens can be in your body. So we'll talk more about that. If anyone online wishes to have more information, just email me at ask@receivejoy.com. I sent you information about that. So we are finishing our meeting here, and we are going to present that water here for 5 more minutes. And I thank you so much for joining us online. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks before the summer break. 2 more meetings, and count it our joy.
Love you all.
Yay!
Thank you for joining us.